Hey guys, so today we have some Star Wars news from The Hollywood Reporter about AHSOKA Season 2 and the Skeleton Crew, as well as some characters that were leaked from the Skeleton Crew, so let's get into it. Our first bit of news is regarding AHSOKA Season 2. It has been reported by The Hollywood Reporter that the second season of the show will be going into production in 2025. This means we can probably expect the series sometime in 2026. This means we will get the second season 3 years after the first. While I am glad that the show is finally going into production, I have to admit I am disappointed that it has taken so long for us to get the second season, and this seems to be a problem for a lot of TV shows now in the streaming era. I think this is something that Disney really needs to work on going forward with their shows. Based on the first season, it is reasonable to assume that this one will be 8 episodes long, with about 30 minutes of runtime for each episode, not to mention it will be a weekly release schedule as well. The problem Disney has compared to other streaming services like HBO is that they are making shows which should be binge-watched instead of released weekly. Waiting 3 years for a show, we should at least be getting 1-hour episodes that are made to be weekly releases. Whilst I did enjoy AHSOKA, I hope that they have learned from some of the things that could be improved from how they handled the release of Season 1. Our next bit of news is from The Hollywood Reporter as well, and is actually regarding Skeleton Crew. The article mentions that while Skeleton Crew's creators are adamant that the show is a limited, one-and-done series, Lucasfilm is considering the possibility of multiple seasons, depending on the viewership for the show. Now this is pretty much obvious at this point. If the show gets good viewership, it will definitely have more seasons. Skeleton Crew is a bit of a gamble for Disney, just because it is different from anything they have done before. The show takes heavy inspiration from Stranger Things and The Goonies, so we will have to see if it works in the Star Wars universe. From what we have seen so far, I can't say that I personally am really excited for the show. However, I also wasn't excited for Andor, and that ended up being a show that I really enjoyed. The good thing about it being a limited series is hopefully it won't have any cliffhangers. I personally did enjoy The Acolyte in spite of its flaws, and I think a big reason why a lot of people were upset with the show being cancelled was that we have these plot points now that we won't get a proper conclusion to. Another little leak we have for the Skeleton Crew is a look at some of the merch for the show. We have some keychains here, and we can see one of the characters, Jorka, who we can assume is Neil's younger sibling. Not a big drop or anything, but it's always interesting to see other characters before the show releases. I can see the show either doing very well or very poorly. I don't think it'll be in between. It is dropping around December and is very much a family show from the looks of things, which always has the potential to become big like Stranger Things. On the other hand, it could be too childish for Star Wars fans, so we'll have to wait and see. That's all the news we have for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe.